Hey, what is up, guys? Evanaldo here, bringing you a quick update on Bitcoin, Ethereum. We're going to talk about XRP as well. That's looking interesting right now. But first things first, my live streams are now exclusively on Twitch, so please follow my Twitch if you're interested. It premieres Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/evanaldo.crypto. There's also a link in the description below. And also, showing this really good BITGET promo right now, this airdrop that you could get a free $100 USDT position. If you already have an account, I believe you could just create a new one to do it as well with my link down below. And you could also get another additional $100 to trade with if you deposit and do a derivatives trade with $1,000. Deposit $1,000 and do one derivatives trade. That's another $100. So really good promo I negotiated with you guys. Check it out. But without further ado, let's get right into the analysis. So the 12-day right here, you're crossing into the red on the 12-day. I mean, historically, we were looking at it the other day. I don't want to waste your time too much, but I'll tell you kind of the the TDRL. I think it's pretty much 30% down. I mean, in 2015, obviously, someone would argue that you already hit the bottom at this point, but 30% down. I mean, that's still the case to come down to 13, 14K, 300 weekly moving average, huge area. And right here, this was about 13% down. Obviously, if you don't count the pandemic, 30% down. If you don't count the pandemic, it was a lot more, obviously. But yeah. And moving on to some of our lower time frames here. I mean, the main, I've talked about it a lot. I think you're going to have at least, four yellow X's on your 7-day. You could have a case for, four yellow X's on the weekly as well before you bottom out. And that's typical of what we see, when things bottom out. After the dot-com bubble, the NASDAQ, it took four yellow X's in the weekly to really bottom out here. So that's a good place. It would be a good, argument for 13K. People would say, because I'm pretty bearish on the S&P 500, why wouldn't it bottom out with the S&P 500? I think there's some credence to give the 4-year cycles. I think, people may, start to get into Bitcoin kind of as that hedge against inflation as well. I think it can act more like gold this time around. I think we could definitely bottom out before the S&P 500, which is going to be a big sign of relief. And one of the reasons I think that is because I think theoretically, I'd have to look at a chart, but I think we've been outperforming the S&P 500. Let's see real quick, actually. Lately, since we've been sideways, it's been going down. Let's see, Bitcoin USD SPY. Let's compare it to the SPY here. And if you look at the daily, we are up against really since that June low. We really have, I know it's only 7%, but really since these areas as well. So it is looking up in that aspect. I know it's been, pretty choppy, pretty sideways, but we're starting, we're not bleeding against it anymore. You know what I mean? We're just not bleeding against it anymore. But it does look similar compared to the dollar, but we're still, it's still, if you got in at these points, you're still ahead. You're still ahead a little bit. That's one of the points we got to make. And it could stay sideways, especially after we bottom out. You're staying more sideways, coming up a little bit under the radar for Bitcoin, say early next year, while the S&P 500 is still tanking. I think there's a strong possibility for that. But getting into more of the analysis here, on some of our lower time frames. I mean, the 2-day, we've talked about this a lot. It doesn't mean much to me that it's in the green, because if we look at historical times, right here, obviously this was the pandemic, but if you go back to this bear market right here, look what happened. This is basically a nice short signal. You just came down about 50% there. I don't think it's going to be 50%. We keep bottoming out at those places where, it was 200 weekly moving average in 2018, 300 weekly moving average for the pandemic. I think it's going to be 400 here. Follow that general pattern. 13 something, and then maybe we'll see some good regulation, something like that. That really may at first may give us some fear, but then after it's all said and done, will bring us up, and that may wipe out a lot of altcoins. When will that happen? Hard to say, but probably could even be after midterm. It could be later this year, possibly. If anybody knows, has more information, what prediction for regulation, let me know in the comments below. I'm not the biggest expert on when it's going to happen, but I do know that it should be a good catalyst, at least for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Some of the altcoins absolutely could bring down, but yeah. We're in this wedge right now. I mean, the main thing here, Bitcoin doesn't look, we're seeing as bad on Ethereum, but you do have as bad as Ethereum, but you do have the split RSIs right here. So, it's kind of like these trajectories downward. This could absolutely bring you down 10%. from that top there, 10%, you're right at your almost your basically your 300 weekly moving average along with this last spiral line. So I think it's pretty inevitable you are going to get to this point. It's obviously been very choppy. So, as for the predictions right now, what people are saying, either 25K, 17K, all that, it's taken some time to really see who's right and who's going to be wrong here. So, yeah. This general pattern, I think you're going to break out relatively soon. I mean, you got to probably break out within the next few days. It would be pretty shocking if you go into the weekend and you're just still kind of bouncing around here. You got to have some type of breakout, I think. And I think most likely it's going to be down based on kind of what I'm seeing. Also, your hourly coming down, yellow X's. I mean, those are typically could bring it down a bit more. You do have this big area right here. This is a huge area. In terms of what I'm doing right now, I'm mainly focusing on the altcoin trades like Ethereum, XRP, BNB. Do have swing shorts mainly for a lot of the altcoins right now because Bitcoin dominance, when you're looking at how good this looks, you're crossing into the green on the 3-day. Most likely, if you're going to be going short, go short in the alts. And if you're going to be going long on anything, go long on Bitcoin because of that. As Bitcoin rises, it's a stronger Bitcoin. And these are pretty much the trajectories of where it could end up. It would be a good buying opportunity kind of beginning of year for altcoins. So yeah. And if you're looking at some of these lower time frames here, I mean, generally I would say leaning more bearish for them. Now let's look at Ethereum, which definitely looks a little bit more bearish. I mean, you got your technical target down here. I think if Bitcoin goes down to 17K, it's probably going to end up at least at like 1150. Ethereum has more wicks down usually than I could see some wicks down like 1,000 or something here when Bitcoin tests 300 weekly moving average. This is a pretty this bearish sign only comes around kind of when the RSIs are that high and curving down only every couple weeks, every month or so. I mean, from here to here it was a while, but they all give you something. Look at those split RSIs coming downward. They all give you something. 21% down. This is good territory for a swing short right here. This at least 13%, 14 to 15% right here. These are big areas for potential shorts here on Ethereum. Same deal in the 12-hour, and yeah. And let's look at our 16-day real quick here, because this time frame has been interesting. And the reason is because it's not appearing right now, but it's toying with the fact of printing a bullish div here, a green dot. I would not give it any credence until it confirms, not give it any respect until it confirms here. As long as you have this red dot without a green dot confirming after it, I don't see any reason to believe that we have not hit a bottom. It seems like in all likelihood you're going to go lower. If Bitcoin goes to 13K, where would Ethereum be? Somewhere between probably 300 and 600. It probably won't go to 300 though. Probably a little bit higher, like 500 would be the big area. This line is going to be huge, I think, for a potential bottom. And yeah, let's go to some lower time frames here. Yeah, I mean, it's all kind of, I'm not seeing anything too spectacular in terms of the bullish case. You did have the other day the 3-hour go into the green here. Now it's coming back into the red. So it kind of invalidates, the case of us coming up. I mean, stranger things have happened. Obviously, there's a possibility you come back into the green, you break out upward, and you come up to, I don't know, 1,500 or something here. I don't think it's very likely. It seems like we're breaking down right now. You see what I'm saying? It's not looking too good for the most part. It seems like we're just breaking down right here. So, yeah. And yeah, that's generally how we're looking. And this guy, let's look at this guy, XRP right now. This giant like wedge right here, technical target is really low at around 5 cents. I don't know if we're gonna go that low. I don't think we're gonna go that low, but I think there's a possibility to absolutely, come down for a lot of the altcoins. Ethereum comes down, 40, 50%. A lot of these altcoins can come down 60, 70%. So I think, 15 cents is going to be big. Maybe the pandemic lows, these areas will be big in terms of where it could break out. It seems like you're just rejecting off of this area for XRP. And the really bearish thing here, the really important bearish thing I want to show you guys here is look at these, how split. Like the more split the RSIs, the more bearish. I mean, look at, it's similar to kind of the pandemic dump right here, 63% down, which could be a nice, in terms of, that could be a nice catalyst down to like 19 cents. I could see that as an absolute bottom. Bear market bottom for XRP, and right here, this is what we're looking at, around 66% down. So possible pretty good short here if you guys want more info on that. I do in my exclusive Discord, I do have trade setups, stop losses, all of that, a bunch of altcoins, everything. I'm not right 100% of the time, just lost a long winning streak. September and October up until a few days ago were really good, but the current trades I have in now are doing amazing. So, I would have to lose a lot of trades to lose all the money I made in September and up to October so far. Obviously, don't just blindly follow some random guy on YouTube's trades. I mean, I don't think anybody ever became profitable doing that. You really need to know what you're doing, but I think it's a good guideline. There's a lot of exclusive TA and good insights in there as well. We have a really good community with some great traders in there as well. A lot of great people. So check that out if you're interested. Please leave a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, guys. Most importantly, check out the Twitch tonight, 6 p.m. going live. Really good platform. They gave me a really good offer. So, kind of censorship proof in a lot of ways. Every YouTube channel, has been, every big YouTube crypto channel has been, had their account taken down at one point. There's, it's a good idea to have, a good mode to do the live streams on another platform, but I'm still going to be doing the daily updates here on YouTube for you guys. So yeah, and also the BITGET, really good promo. Those two promos, link in the description below. The airdrop is really good. Free $100 position. Why not take it? So get that. And yeah, guys, I want you to have a good one. Good luck with everything. Goodbye.